Hey everyone, hope you're doing well out there, having a really good weekend. I know the weather is not exactly riding weather, hence why I thought I'd do a video today, because there is no chance of doing the content I wanted to do today because, yeah, it's absolutely hammering it down out there. So, I thought I'd do a little video of the, I don't know, little things that annoy me about biking, and also, I don't know, the good points about biking. I mean, there's loads of good points. We all know that. We wouldn't be in this sort of thing if we didn't, and I wouldn't be doing the content if I didn't think it was absolutely awesome. But there are bad points. There's always bad points. As I always say in most of my videos, there's always bad points to everything. And biking wise, there's definitely a few. So I thought I'd throw a few together. Some of them comical, some of them do wind me up somewhat, but they're all in good humour. So if you've got nothing else to do, just sit back, relax, and watch this, and hopefully get a few laughs out of it, and hopefully you find it fun. Cool. Right, negative points. Number one, you'll come across this a lot at bike meets, sometimes parking up, just chilling out on your bike. There will always be that one guy, no matter what you have, no matter what you've done, he will have better than you, he would have been faster than you, he would have done everything. You got your knee down, he's got his elbow down. You got your elbow down, he's got his head down. You got the new latest 1000, he's pre-ordered the latest 1000 for next year that you might not even know about yet, but he's got that on pre-order. Don't ever forget that. There's always them people kicking about, and you will find them. You will find them at bike meets. They will come up to you, they will talk. And don't get me wrong, I'm not one of these guys who would ever say to anyone, look, don't ever shout about what you have and be proud of it. Because no, be proud of what you have, but have a bit of humility about it. If someone's got a nice bike, say, hey, nice bike. You don't need to have the latest and greatest for it to be a lovely bike. But you haven't got to go around and shove it in everyone's face that you have so much more than them, and also you're so much better than them when it comes to riding. It might be true, it might be a load of crap, but not really needed. But you will find these people. And me personally, I tend to just go get a drink or make a quick line somewhere else, or just do something to get away from these people. Make a beeline for another bike and go, I need to go over here now. Just do anything you can to get away from these people, because they don't care about what you're talking about. They just want to tell you how awesome they are, and that kind of pisses me off a little bit. So yeah, there is that. But you will meet these people, so be prepared. You will meet these people. Number two on my little list that I've made up is something that I know I spoke about with Tattooed Rider on Instagram. It's being different. Being different in the bike world is getting harder and harder, and it's extremely difficult now to do anything that no one else has done, to stand out from the crowd. You've really got to go some. Everything you can think of, from full-blown carbon fiber builds to, I don't know, to wings, to whatever your imagination is, someone somewhere has done it. And I'm not saying it's always a good thing, but it's so hard for someone like myself who is into the whole tattoo thing. And I started getting tattoos when I was quite young. I'm quite covered in tattoos from like neck down. I did it because I wanted to be different. Now you're different if you haven't got tattoos, because everyone has tattoos now, and it is really difficult. And it's getting that way with the bike industry as well. It's so hard to stand out. And I think with someone like myself, and I know a few others out there as well, it's hard, because I like the fact of being an individual, and I want my bike to stand out and look different. But it is so hard. It is just one of them things that you often find yourself looking through bikes, going, oh, that looks nice, or that looks cool, and then you go on Instagram and bang, someone's got it, and then someone else has got it, and then your unique idea is no longer unique. And I think that is one of the hardest things to do. And you can do it, I'm not saying you can't, but it does cost money. And that brings me on to my next point. Money. Money. Money is one of the things, if you're into the biking industry, if you're into the whole bike tuning, any part of the whole biking industry / biking world, it's money. The bikes aren't cheap, the levers aren't cheap, the track days aren't cheap, but it all goes hand in hand. It's one of them things that becomes an obsession. Like, I've done it myself, where if I want to go on a few track days, I'll live on cereal for a week and beans on toast if it means I can afford going on that track day. I will do that. I have done that. And it sounds crazy to some people, but you do find a way. I mean, sometimes you think it'd be cheaper to have some sort of other habit, but at least this one's a little bit on the healthier side, I guess. But money will become one of the biggest things. money is just it's the limiting factor when it comes to bills, to track days. If I had the cash, I'd be out there every single track day I possibly could. I'd fit wets to the GSXR. I'll do a lot more, but you have to be realistic with what's in your budget. But money is definitely one of the real struggles that you will come across in the biking world, that's for sure. And another one, which kind of money orientated, I guess, is the latest kit. No matter what you buy this year, you got to remember in a year or so that will be out of date. And I guess that's a way of a lot of things, but always chasing the latest and the greatest, and it's not the way to do things. It's an easy way to throw money down the pan. But for some people, that's them. They chase the latest and greatest, and they don't necessarily care. They just want the latest thing. Which, if you got the money, hey, fair enough. I think we all would. But on that point, I'd say get a certain model that makes you happy, no matter what. Prime example, my RSV RF. That model means a lot to me. That 2018 RF model, for certain things, for certain reasons, and I wouldn't even change that for a new one. Not to mention the fact I don't think the new one's that pretty, but I wouldn't change it for a new one because that means a lot to me, that particular model. And if you can find something like that, that is an awesome thing. But yeah, chasing the latest bikes, especially the way the industry is now, there's always something new coming out with some new gadget on it, with some new electronics on there. It's hard to stick with the times. It really is. So find something that makes you happy and something, because like I said in one of my last posts, you park it up, you look back, big old smile. That's what it's all about. And probably one of the ones on there which I think a lot of you will be able to relate to is the weather. You become an expert in weather. Now trust me on this, you'll be looking at phones and apps and this, and I don't know about you, but I check the Met Office, I check the BBC, I check Google, I check everything. And because someone like myself who is a fair weather rider, the weather is important. Like, I won't go out and really unless it's 15 degrees or above, and even then it's a push. I like it to be 20 and above if I can possibly get it to that. But you will be checking your phone. I've done it on the way home from work. Is it going to rain? Is there rain due at 1 o'clock? Is there rain due at 2 o'clock? What time can I go out till? It becomes almost like an obsession for someone like myself to try and get that good weather. And then you see that good weather and you're like, that whole week's brilliant. So you try and look for work, and where can I book in holiday around that point? Can I leave early? Can I get out with my friends? You become literally an expert, and your life can revolve around the weather in the summer, especially because you just want to get out on your bike. That becomes one of the biggest things there is for you. And sticking on the whole subject of weather, you will find you will end up hating winter. Well, I know I do. I never like winter anyway, to be fair, but as a biker, it's like everything you do is summer orientated. Everything really that is fun on a bike, you do around the summer. And that becomes a problem because as soon as you hit like October time, it kind of, for people like me, it kind of stops, and it's like, wow, that's it. No BSB, no MotoGP, no World Superbike, nothing like that. It can't ride, and it's just this long cold period of depression and annoying, and I really do change personality when winter comes. I hate it. I'd love to live in a country where it's permanently hot. It would suit me down to the ground. But I get that's not for everyone. I guess some people love the winter. If you're a Christmassy person and you like that sort of stuff, hey, fair enough, that's cool. You do you. But I personally can't stand it. It's like, if I don't mind, I'll just hibernate for 6 months and come out when the weather starts to pick up. But as I said, there are loads more things. But there's just a few I can think of off the top of my head that you have to be prepared for, and a few things you will face in the whole biking world. But there are plus points. There are a lot of plus points. And some of them ones on that list, you probably could switch around to make them a plus point if you wanted to. But definitely on that list, I'd say friends. You meet some of the coolest people. Some of my best friends, even now, are people I've met through the biking world, either through a friend or at a bike meet or something like that. You do meet the coolest people, and you do meet friends who you will have for life, and that sounds corny or whatever, but they really are the sort of friends that I believe if I was to ring them up at 1 a.m, yeah, okay, they'd probably give me some shit down the phone, but they would always probably be there for me, like if I really, really needed them. As I said, I say probably because half of them would probably be asleep, but once I managed to get them out of bed, they would be there for you. So with the friends that go along with that, you'll also find it's kind of a hobby that blends into a lifestyle, and it really kind of, for me at least, it has an impact on everything. and that's from mental health to fitness to everything really. And that can be viewed as a bad thing, but I view it as a good thing. It's one of my biggest things. Like, hopefully when the gym's open next week, fingers crossed, you want to be fit, you want to be healthy, because when you're on that track day and you're paying that money and you've spent all that on the bike, you don't want to be the weak link. You're always going to be the weak link. Don't get me wrong, you will be the weak link, but put a little bit of training in, lose a few pounds, work on your flexibility. It does make a big difference, and you will have a lot more fun out there. So it kind of spurs me on to kind of do the whole fitness thing and really push myself at the gym, and also kind of watch what I eat, and I kind of use that as my inspiration because it's a good thing to have. And also from the mental health point of view, I know I've spoke about it before on camera, it really does help, like getting out there and being with your friends, and just when it's hot and there's sun coming in through your visor and just open country air, it's awesome. It's one of them things that you can't really put a price on, and unless you ride, it's very hard to put that across on camera, but it is awesome. Another plus point that I'd probably say, which I know not everyone likes them, not everyone is in for like the shows and that's all it is, but the whole show thing, I love that. Like this year, not going to the NEC motorbike show was a real kick in the ass. It was horrible. It's probably the first year I've missed that show in, I don't know, since I can remember. I've gone to that show probably ever since I was like 10 with my parents. So last year not going because the whole COVID thing, it sucked. I get there was way worse things going on, and it wasn't the most important thing going on by any stretch of the imagination. But I do love it. It's a really cool day out. Always something I look forward to around that sort of time of year because there's nothing else bike related on. But yeah, it's another one of them things I do like, and that goes to the other shows as well, and even little things like the bike meets. Yeah, okay, you're going to get the annoying people there, like I said before, but you meet the cool people, and you get to look at a lot of cool bikes and just chill out for an evening and chat to a lot of really cool people who are on the same wavelength as you, so that's always a really cool thing. Other plus points. I'd probably say I don't know, for me personally, it's just the cool factor. And that may sound corny, that may be like, oh, what the hell is this guy talking about? It's just so cool to me, the whole bike thing with the levers and the helmet, and it's always been a cool thing for me since seeing Valentino Rossi on TV when I was a kid, to watching bikes blast past me when I was in the back of my dad's car on the way to Luton to see my nan. It's just been a cool thing. It's just, I've always looked at it and been like, wow, I can't wait to do that. And as childish as that sounds, I still get that now when I jump on the Aprilia or I jump on the GSXR, and I'm just so buzzing about going out. And I think you've got to have that, but you can't get that feeling from anything else. And as I'm saying, I think a lot of us who probably are watching this video, and a lot of people who I know as well, we may grow up in age, but we don't grow up. We're all a lot of us are all still kids at heart. We still like doing dumb stuff on fast things, and I don't think that'll ever change, no matter how old we get. So I think it's just one of them things that's around to stay. So yeah, that's a cool little list and my thoughts going out on camera, just because I thought it'd be a cool little thing to do. So I hope you enjoyed it. A lot more content coming your way, so stay tuned and enjoy. Have a good weekend.